We begin on the NFL gridiron where the New York Giants were officially eliminated from postseason contention Sunday at MetLife Stadium. The G-men dropped to 5-9 on a soggy afternoon in the Meadowlands. Final score, Tennessee 17, Big Blue 0. We go inside the locker room to catch up with the Titans, who, unlike the Giants, are alive in the playoff picture.
Derek was awesome, and it all starts up front. Those guys did an unbelievable job. With the weather, we knew it was going to kind of be one of those games. We would have to take our shots here and there and make plays in the passing game when we could, but for the most part, those guys, they wanted up front.
We really just wanted to start fast. We feel like when we start fast, our momentum carries over, throughout the game. So that was our main focus. That was my main focus, just being efficient, finishing runs and making something happen.
I think that was what we wanted to try to do, was try to build off of last week and carry over the confidence of running the football. Seeing Derek and then Dion came in there and gave us a little lift late in the game. Had a couple huge runs on a third down, 10, 12-yard runs, so it was great to see.
Defense was unbelievable. Pitch a shutout, turnovers, they were fun to watch. And we made some plays on the offensive side of the ball, but I mean, again, defense was unreal today, and they're the reason why we won.
We definitely in the groove as an offense. Offensive line, everybody just being on the same page, and everything's going good. Just want to keep this momentum going. Not get too ahead of ourselves. Just keep stacking them. And now we got the Redskins next. We can focus on those guys.
Former Heisman winner Derrick Henry outshined Saquon Barkley. Henry rushed for 170 yards and 2 scores as the Titans won their third straight. The bruising halfback had his second straight big game with a career-high 33 carries. In the process, as we mentioned, Tennessee kept its late-season playoff push alive. It was never realistic for the Giants anyway. Less than 1% per ESPN analytics heading into this week. To make matters a little worse, the G-men performing better of late has taken them out of the running for the top pick in the NFL draft. Thanks to the San Francisco 49ers win, the New York Jets move up to number 3 in the draft order. The 3-11 Cards from Arizona, of course, and 3-11 Oakland Raiders are now number 1 and number 2, respectively. The Cardinals now have an 82% chance to earn that number 1 overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. The Raiders have the next best shot with 11%, followed by the Jets at 5%. Gangrene helped their cause Saturday at MetLife. Deshaun Watson led Houston to a 29-22 comeback victory over Sam Darnold and the Jets. We go back inside the locker room for more.
I thought our offensive line played really well. We handled JJ and Jadeveon really well. Again, our receivers got open. We just got to finish the game.
It's frustrating to lose the ball game. We could have finished it a bunch of different ways, whether it's offense or defense. We didn't finish it, and the penalties cost us at the end. And then the guy made a great play, but it's frustrating to lose the ball game.
Yeah, me and Robbie just continue to, get good completions, but I think everyone's capable of doing it. So I think it's any given night. I can complete the ball to a lot of different guys. It's just these last couple of weeks happen to be Robbie.
No, he's just comfortable and he's playing his game. He's not trying to be perfect. He's just trying to play football. He's enjoying playing football.
Watson threw a 14-yard touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins with 2:15 left, lifting the Texans on Saturday night. The Giants and Jets had a lost weekend on the hardwood. The Knicks also fell, but there are some signs of the future even in defeat. If Emmanuel Mudiay keeps playing the way he's been playing lately, he should garner a lot of interest on the free agent market. The Knicks would like to sign a top point guard like Kyrie Irving, but Mudiay may be playing his way into their option B. Mudiay finished with 18 points Sunday night on the road as the Knicks fell 110-99 to Indiana. Victor Oladipo scored 26 points. Miles Turner had 24, and the Pacers reeled off their 7th straight victory. The Knicks will look to get back on track tonight at home. They welcome Phoenix to the world's most famous arena. The Suns traded away Trevor Ariza to Washington over the weekend. The Wizards have been coming together of late, including a 40-point showing from John Wall against the LA Lakers. Unlike the Giants, Jets, and the Knicks, the Brooklyn Nets managed to win a game Sunday. The Nets have been cooking themselves during the holiday, making it 5 straight victories. D'Angelo Russell scored 32 points. Rondé Hollis Jefferson had 18, and the Nets beat the Atlanta Hawks 144-127 for their 5th straight win. Nice stuff there from the Nets. The Nets will host LeBron James and the LA Lakers tomorrow night in Brooklyn. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The magic of St. Nick, no, not Santa Claus, folks, reappeared Sunday night at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, helping the Philadelphia Eagles capture a 30-23 win over the LA Rams in one of the biggest upsets of the season. I'm talking about the drill is quite familiar by now. Nick Foles steps in for the injured Carson Wentz. The public doubts Foles' ability to lead the charge, and the team responds by rising to improbable heights. Foles finished 24 of 31 for 270 yards and an interception, but the numbers don't tell the full story. The offense came to life under Foles, hitting the 30-point mark for just the second time all season. Alshon Jeffrey caught all 8 of his targets and finished with a season-high 160 receiving yards. Maybe the Eagles will make the playoffs and win it again this season. Foles is the Eagles' version of Santa Claus. Knicks owner James Dolan, who has put the New York Liberty up for sale, said he couldn't rule out selling the Knicks if the right offer comes along. Dolan, who is chairman of Madison Square Garden, also owns the New York Rangers. He told ESPN's Ian O'Connor in a wide-ranging interview that there have been feelers of offers of upward of $5 billion to sell the Knicks. On the baseball diamond, the New York Mets have a new catcher, and no, it's not JT Realmuto, it's veteran Wilson Ramos. Signing Ramos makes a lot more sense for the Mets than trading away Noah Syndergaard to acquire Realmuto. Ramos has been one of the best hitting catchers over the past 3 seasons and should give the Mets some much-needed stability there. The Yankees may be back in on the Manny Machado sweepstakes. The Bronx Bombers will meet with Machado Wednesday. Yanks will open the season without starting shortstop Didi Gregorius, who is sidelined by injury. Manny could play short or third base, but of course will come with a hefty price tag this holiday season, likely somewhere in the $300 million range. On the ice, the New York Rangers fell to the Vegas Golden Knights Sunday. Vegas rallied and won in overtime 4-3. Vegas also defeated the Islanders earlier in the week on their East Coast swing to the Tri-State. Only the New Jersey Devils managed to squeak past them this past week, edging the Knights 5-4 in overtime Friday night at The Rock. The Isles are in Colorado tonight. The Devils welcome Toronto tomorrow night. The Rangers will welcome Anaheim to MSG Tuesday night as well. In boxing, Canelo Alvarez was the heavy favorite Saturday night and delivered. The unified middleweight world champion and boxing's biggest star moved up 1 weight class and destroyed Rocky Fielding with a heavy body attack to take his secondary super middleweight world title by 3rd-round knockout and his first non-pay-per-view fight since 2015. Alvarez knocked Fielding down 4 times, much to the delight of the raucous pro-Canelo crowd of 20,000 at MSG. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for the finishing touches on a lost season for the Giants. Sunday was a sad one for Big Blue fans. The shutout was likely the least of it. The feeling afterward, what a waste of a season. The uncertainty that loomed over the G-men early in the year still plagues them as 2018 draws to a close. And worse, the organization seems to have little answers. The Giants were supposed to be good. They were supposed to be contenders. But aside from Bronx native Saquon Barkley, no one in this organization has lived up to the expectations. Not the quarterback, sorry Eli. Not the $95 million wide receiver, sorry OBJ. Not the revamped defense, and not even the general manager, and certainly not the first-year head coach. Recent victories over the Chicago Bears and Washington Redskins were nice, but they obscured the flaws that still plague the Giants. Those flaws were on full display Sunday. Yesterday was the day that I think I finally decided it's time to move on from Eli Manning officially. I still blame the offensive line for a good portion of the issues, but Manning's skills have clearly eroded, and the confidence he used to give off, I think, is gone. So far, the Giants have produced 5 wins, ensuring a good but not great pick considering the talented, needy teams currently ahead of them in the NFL draft order. There is no heir apparent on the roster. That was clear before their 4th-round pick Kyle Lauletta went 0 for 5 with an interception in garbage time last week against Washington. The answers to the Giants' quarterback woes won't come until the offseason. Whether they stick with Manning for one more year or acquire a bridge quarterback, it won't change the fact that this was a lost season with nothing but Barkley to show for it. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.